what every degree of climate change would mean to the world. To understand the impact of every degree of climate change on the world, we must first delve into the ideas of what is climate change and why should we be studying about it. Climate change essentially means an increase in the global surface temperature. This rise in temperature can be attributed to the human-induced emissions of greenhouse gases. Most climate scientists believe that human activities are major contributors to the warming of the planet. IPCC's fifth assessment report has pointed out that 100% of the warming after the 1950s has been a result of human activities. Now, why and how does this changing climate matter to us? It is especially concerning because it has an impact on our food, our ocean, our weather, and our health. The global temperature has increased by 1 degree Celsius since the 1800s. But what will happen to the world if the warming goes beyond 2 degrees Celsius? Honestly, the world is going to be much different than what we see today. Witnessing heat waves would be a very common phenomenon, especially in areas which have more land as compared to sea or water, because land heats up faster. Did you know? The IPCC has projected that the warming of the planet would also mean shortening of the snow season by 5 days per decade. It would also mean the melting of all the ice shelves in the Antarctic region. The sea level would rise, which would then have the dangerous impact of flooding in coastal areas, especially in the time of storms and rainfall. The situation will be worse. Now, what would happen if the world heats up beyond 4 degrees Celsius? After hearing about the consequences of heating beyond 2 degrees, we can only fathom how devastating the 4 degrees heating would be to the world. Ice would have completely melted and forests would turn into deserts. Growing crops would become a difficult task considering the harsh climatic conditions. 6 degrees and beyond would mean that there would be a mass extinction event, just like what happened 250 million years ago. The only living organisms would be microscopic ones. In short, with every degree of progress in climate change, survival for living beings would be an extremely difficult task. We, as a generation, are the first to feel the impacts of climate change, and we, as the last, would have the scope of doing something about it to rectify it. If you want to know about climate change policies, click on the link below. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Switch On Foundation.